starting this transmission of spirit, of consciousness, of energy. Much respect to all of you who are coming into this space. Much gratitude to you, Holy Ones. And you are coming here. Something brought you here. Part of your awareness, part of your higher evolution. Yes. We are those Starseeds. We are light workers. We are the ones mindful, who are mindful of our, of the world, of God, of spirit, of the aliveness within, of the inner light, the inner God, the inner Christ, what the guardians call Christos. I welcome you. I love you. I miss you. I just want to call out right away if my audio is okay. Is my audio okay? Because I had someone tell me they were only getting the left side. It wasn't stereo. It wasn't left and right. So I didn't know that was happening for the past 2 or 3 lives, but now it looks like it's got 2 audio channel. We're good, right? Yeah. So thankful. 22, starting out right away with the master number. 22 people online. Now there's 19, but there was 22. Realize that this is a continuation. Thank you for 3 days in a row. Thank you guys for being here. I see some of you thanking me, but I'm thanking you too, because we're doing this together. And because when you come together and all of us come together, this group consciousness, this aliveness of our group is very important. And it's good for us to hang out in this community together, Holy Ones, brothers and sisters, what some people could call soul family, or the teachings call it the personal Christos within our own family. So some of us are coming together under contracts, under agreements. We say, hey man, I'll see you on Earth, homie. Hell yeah, baby, what's up? I can't wait to come down there and raise consciousness. Yes? That's what we do, you guys. That's what we focus on. Raising our own consciousness. The indigo wakes up. Yeah, and you start thinking, how you wake up out of bed and you think about what you're going to do and how you're feeling and what you hope to feel and do. Yeah. So the starseed, the indigo, is waking up. And this is a topic about your spiritual growth, how we're expanding, we're bringing in our higher consciousness. Anything after the 3D is higher. So we're trying to bring in the astral, trying to bring in the archetype, trying to bring in the celestial consciousness, and the higher. Some of you are activating your crown. Like I can literally feel my crown when I get it going, the juices flowing, right? When I say juices, I mean the life force energy. We get those flowing, and it's kind of like, imagine that it's like a river, a flow. You notice how there's downs and ups, upswings, down. Well, our consciousness will be going like that. Sometimes you feel great, sometimes you feel miserable, because while we're not the body vehicle, it doesn't mean we can't, feel pain. Now it's 33, 22, upgraded to 33 people online. Another master number. That's a good start, right? What's up, Holy Ones? UTD, welcome, Holy One. Good to see you. I saw you, remember you yesterday, right? Appalachian Annie, greetings, much respect. LS Dreamers, Vatos, what's up, homie? That's right, you said it. I'm trying to do it, as much as I can, get the energy out there, get the message, around. Maria, thank you for your positive energies. Susie Wilson, more positive vibes. Look at that. Thank you, Sky in the house. Yes, you did. You were here for a reason, Holy One. Rio Dante, Bustamante, greetings. What I would go to Ukraine, Privyet, much respect. Galactic Guardians, hello, Holy Ones. Edith Gonzalez, Simone, yes. Ancient University Divinity, I appreciate you. If you were the only Starseed, it would be pretty boring and lonely. I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm grateful for all of you. Because, even 5 years ago, I didn't have a community like this to be part of myself. Now we've created this community together, not just me single-handedly. You guys are part of that. Tonya in the house. What's up, sister? Hugs, kisses, much respect. Simone K. Yeah, it's a good week apparently, right? Thank you, Sky. I appreciate the feedback. Yes. I just frustrated when, there's little quirks like that don't go right? Okay, thank you, Ella Streamers. Yeah, I couldn't check it because unless I use speakers. I had you put on my speakers and listen to the previous live, and whoa, it's only on left channel. I don't know how it got there. There's nothing I clicked on, at least not intentionally. Mimi Ali, thank you for that feedback. Maria, all your positive energies. Mac Rambo, yo. Hey brother, I think I saw one of your comments come up in a live after. Like I say, sometimes I watch the live later, like in the evening or something, while I'm eating or something. I just do it when I can. And I saw you left a question at the last. If you need to ask a question again, please ask, and I'll look out for it. Indigo Jamie, Machiwa, good to see you. Susie Wilson, you're off tonight. Does that mean you're leaving? Good to see you, Susie. Tanner. Really? That sounds like synchrony. Yeah, you guys, a lot of us are activating, and I don't want to forget this again. A lot of us are activating, and a lot of us are sensing one another, or at least sensing the collective, because we're all sort of, you could say, affected by the collective. It's a massive billions of consciousness, right, that make up the collective. And so we have that going through our experience, our hologram, our energies. And so then we have, the familiar. How we all have a personal, you would say, vibrations, frequency? Well, we sense all your, the other starseeds frequencies, and a lot of times when you have inspiration, that inspiration feeds the collective. Someone else will pick up on your thoughts, on your inspirations. You see how consciousness works. That's why there is something called the 100th monkey effect. When a certain amount of the population hits a certain, it's like a threshold, and once that hits, then it affects the population. Now, scientists can explain that, but through spiritual science, you can't. Spiritual science, where they break down reality, okay, the 15-dimensional reality, and also break down the actual, what's below the atomic structure, below, or you could say beyond the quark, subatomic particles and all that. We go down into what's called ultramicro particles. And so this is the fundamental, or the primal, or the core level. And all of that is consciousness, you guys. It's all awake and aware. Okay, and there's a whole process of how bodies are created, how the DNA template is created, how the chemicals are created, how life starts in the first 8 cells, and then there's a progression of things that happen. And so we're like the body, but I mean, that's part of who you are. It's just a piece of who you are. It's actually kind of like encapsulating your consciousness, holding form, holding you in this space. Okay? It's so, while it does help you get around, but it also keeps you in a certain level of reality. So while your body is within the third dimension, your consciousness is not limited to the third dimension. Your body will stay here. Your consciousness can go different places. Okay? So the body will sleep, it'll drool, but your consciousness is flying and soaring somewhere, because that's who you are. That's your what's transmitting through the body. What's activating the body. You would say the body, or the spirit embodies the body. The spirit is what makes the body alive. But too many people get lost in only the body. That becomes their identity, which is a handicap, which is a limitation, which is a distortion. Your true identity is spirit. So if you can focus on spirit, yeah. I just saw a spider about this big, had a big body sack. It didn't look nice, but it went under my chair, and now I'm seeing some bug flying around, so I don't like bugs. That was one of the first things I got when I went camping, is I made sure I had a tent that helped keep the bugs out. Yeah, it just distracts me, that's all. I'm not like actually afraid of them. It distracts me and bothers me until I can make sure they're outside, We all have those little quirks and things. So yeah, you guys. Now this is another live that will be small because we don't announce it. It's not like announced, and not everyone's planning for it because it's outside the normal schedule. So that's okay. Those of you who are active on YouTube might see the notification pop up, and there you are. I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you. We appreciate each other, right? We'll get that incense going on. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls. I gotta make sure I buy some more rolls, dude. I don't know why I haven't. I gotta remind myself to buy more incense rolls. Charcoals, I mean. Use a. There we go. Get it going on, right? Always try to mix up the background, What's up, homies? Welcome to our world, my world, my living room. Greetings, Rick X. Good to see you, Holy One. Celine in the house, moderator in the house. Wonderful to see you, sister. Thank you for watching our back. Oh, you got a download about the Holy Trinity today. Tanner. Wow, tell us about it in the comments. Sounds interesting, right? Dimensional legend in the house. Is the solar plexus activation? No, everyone's got the solar plexus. But it doesn't mean it won't need some type of work on it, because that is the mind, the mental body. So we don't ignore it, but just realize it's activated in well, I can't say all humans, because according to Ashiana Dean, because remember, the solar plexus is the third chakra, which means it's the third strand. That means, but there's some people that are, okay, if this is the third strand, what's halfway? Right here. That would be 2.0 or 2.5, 2.5. So some people aren't 3-stranders. Can you imagine that type of consciousness that we have on the planet that's only 2.5 strands? So you could say for them, it's an activation. But for most humans, we all have 3 strands activated. Because remember, when you look at the diagram, when you look at the teachings, you see that there's 5 density matters. And Earth, the one that we're experiencing, is dimensions 1, 2, and 3. So that's activated, generally speaking, right? Except for the ones that are 2.5 strand working their way up. Okay, so that's what we have to activate is what's beyond our 3-dimensional reality. That's the higher consciousness, because it's higher than where we stand right now. More strand means more consciousness. That's why the DNA is so important. We're trying to expand it. It's inside our what's called junk DNA. That is what we're trying to activate right there. We're trying to activate what is dormant, okay? What isn't activated yet. That's what's so wonderful. We know we have it. We know what's in here. But it becomes a mystery for most humans of how to get it to work. First of all, being aware that you have it, and then getting it to work. There's my copal, my benzoin, and my frankincense. Oh, that's white copal. Eventually, I'll get to my frankincense. There we go. So what we're trying to do is activate the heart strand. That's higher than where we are in 3D. See, this is our reality down here in solar plexus. This is not Earth. This is Tara. Okay, so Tara starts in the heart, throat, and third eye. You also want to understand around this timeline right here around the 4th dimension is also inner Earth. It's actually, you know, like if you go up to from the 2nd strand to the 3rd strand in increments, you're going to get like a, say 2 strand, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 3.0. Okay, so when we all get to 3.0, then we go 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. So inner Earth is around 3.1, 3.2. So it's not like we jump and skip 4th dimension, guys. Most New Agers have no idea, you know, they're not understanding. First of all, they don't understand ascension, then they don't understand how the DNA is involved. Okay, so what the teachings do is they remind us of our anatomy. They remind us of all the structures. The macrocosm is explained, and so is the micro. Okay, so we learned that what's up there is reflected in our own DNA. Okay, so this is Earth, 3, 2, around the groin area, and 1 is around, you know, the root, the base, your butt. So those 3 levels are not needing to be activated. We're trying to ascend and get out of the solar plexus. But what's going on is you need 5 strands to do it because of DNA blocks in our DNA, and also because of the distortion that has happened with our consciousness. It's kind of like when we fell to Earth, we lost a bunch of our consciousness, our intelligence, our memory. 4-4. You guys, you're here with me. First we got a 22, then we got a 33, now there's 44 people online. What, are we going to get a 5-5? Yeah. Master numbers, Holy One. Now, if you're into numerology, you know 11s, 22s, 33s, 44s. Those are master numbers. Generally, it's 11s, 22s, and 3s. So it's all about energy. And numbers are important. If you're in a 3D and you think we're stupid or ridiculous or silly talking about numbers, oh wow, right? It's not exactly. What we're tripping out on is the occurrence of seeing numbers. What are the odds? We're talking about the odds of seeing several. First of all, noticing. Why does a starseed notice and the 3D person does not notice? You see what I'm saying? That's the first part, noticing. because we spend more time in mindfulness. Okay, we notice 333. You might even see a 333 and don't think of anything of it. You know, so most of us are, or some of us are mindful and aware and see these synchronies. We see these things happening in our hologram field, in the reality. They're showing up in our fields. We notice them. The 3D person does not see it, does not notice. They're too busy with this type of viewpoint instead of expanding out. You know, we're talking about dimensions and realities. They don't have conversations like that. They don't have conversations about your aura, your subtle body energy, subtle field or subtle energy, what the Guardians call, I've heard Ashiana call them creation currents, you know, because they're coming from the creator, they're coming from source, and it comes all the way down. It feeds all of the dimensions, all of the densities, all of the planets, all of the beings, all of the animals, except for Phantom. Phantom is outside of that, is not being fed life force energy from the creation currents, from the life force currents. They don't have an aura. They feed off of our auras. They feed off the living. Vampires feed off of any being that can give them this energy, that has energy. This is why the light is attacked. You as a guardian, as someone representing love and joy and bliss and positive, friendly things, well, you have a large aura. What I mean is you have a very active, bright aura, and that's considered lots of food. You know, if some trickster spirit can trick you to lower your guard, lower your energies, get into some negative emotions like anger, jealousy, shame, guilt, you know, the sort of things that religion gives you. When you get a being doing that to you, they're feeding off you, you guys. This is why we learn stuff like cleansing and purifying, not from religion point of view. Okay? You're doing it with your consciousness. We do it with these type of energies that are positive. Here's some copal. So let's add some copal. Okay? See, this is you would say transforming. It's physical. Okay. Now it's transmuting into vapor, smoke, and combining. You could even say co-creating with your aura, with your consciousness, with your energies. Now, we think of an aura just as some pretty rainbow colors, but it's actually representation of your consciousness. It's actually the science inside your consciousness. These are waves, energy, subtle energy, the consciousness of God. Yeah, we could take that and distort it, twist it. Most of us are distorted down here. Okay? As you ascend, there's less and less and less distortion. Eventually you get to the 12th dimension. You know, you get to the 12th dimension and you have your divine blueprint. You will ascend into that body that is immortal, that can actually travel anywhere in the multiverse. You can leave the multiverse. You can travel anywhere in it. Damn, that's strong. Or you can, go beyond it and go back into no form, no manifestation. See, Creator God at the higher levels, the higher evolution is no bodies, no genders, no bodies. Gender stops around density 3 anyways. According to Ashiana, right after the seventh dimension. So you go into the 8th dimension. So from 7 to 8 dimension, there's a big difference. according to how she describes it, where you just simply are consciousness. You don't have a body like we think. It's more of a and you realize after the density 3, which is archangel level, after that it's called pre-matter, before matter. You guys, if there's no matter, how can you have a body and how can you have gender? There is no gender and there's no body in the higher evolved worlds. Okay? So just saying, God's not a boy. God's not a girl. And that's one of the, things that we keep talking about here. Because in religion, it's very distorted. Notice how all the gods and goddesses, have these genders. And notice, because I was talking to somebody about Krishna. Somebody had a question about Krishna. I haven't heard Ashiana talk about Krishna, but understand it's one of these blue beings. So it's at least 6-dimensional. Blue skin, coming from Sirius. This is a being coming from Sirius. Whether it's positive or negative, these blue beings, like the being in Aladdin, magical genie, mages, magicians, they're psychic, they're powerful, they can travel. Some of these beings that he just mentioned are calling themselves gods. They're not gods. When we talk about these negative beings claiming to be your creators, that's a lie. They're not our creators. Brahma is not our creator. Krishna is not our creator. Thoth, Enki, Enlil, Marduk, none of these beings are a creator. There's only one creator. There's only one God. You can't have a bunch of gods. The Greeks have a bunch of gods. They're not gods. The Romans have a bunch of gods. They're not gods. The Hindus have a bunch of gods. They're not gods. Understand what is a god. You take the idea of God and you went like this to it. Now there's a bunch of gods everywhere. The concept of God has been distorted. It's been robbed. It has been, switched out. Now instead of all of us connecting to God, now no, you're not. Boom! So you ask me if Krishna is good? What does that look like? What does it look like when Zeus or Odin or any of these gods that aren't gods, they're aliens, dude. They're beings from other planets that are more evolved, more advanced. Their technologies, their bodies, their consciousness, their psychic abilities, they're all more evolved. As a matter of fact, I've heard Ashiana herself say, when you see one of these beings we're in density 1, there's density 2, density 3, density 4, density 5. If you see a being from density 2, they are godlike to us. So what in the world is a being like in density 3 or density 4? Much less density 5, much less an ascended master who's outside of the hologram. You see how religion is bullshit, how it's a lie, how it's distortion, how they're teaching you the wrong principles of God, of angels, of your own soul. You getting twisted concepts. Now a lot of people, they mean well. A lot of well-meaning people are now worshiping blue aliens from the 6th dimension. Calling them Christ, or calling them God, calling them and worshiping them. When they're just ETs, homie. Claiming to be God, there's only one. There's only one creator. All these other gods, they're not. They're liars. And notice how they still act like low-level spiritual consciousness. They're still murdering. Kali, one of the Hindu gods, cuts off human heads, eats humans. Just saying, these are not gods. They're not your creator. Okay? It's not just Kali. There's other horrible gods doing horrible things. Okay, we're not picking on, I guess we are, we pick on Jehovah, but look, they're everywhere. Patriarchal, male, did you guys know that Hinduism is patriarchal? They put down women too. Okay? It's all, in the Hindu world, it's all about them, it's a male dominated thing. And just like they will worship gods, goddesses, and female deities, well, they don't pass that respect on to the human female. They'll revere the goddess, but put down the human females. There's always some special favors with the male. You guys, that's your first red flag. Out of many red flags. When you got some creature, doesn't Callie have she has a whole bunch of heads as her trophies, like this creature predator, or any type of hunter who's got like notches on his belt, who's got signatures of all his murders. You guys have your own discernment. Why are you asking me if this God is good or not? I have to reply to you and say, there is no other gods. There's only one God. These are multidimensional extraterrestrials that have negative characteristics. Did you notice? Did you not notice? No? But people accept evil. There's no such thing as evil, right? People accept dark gods. People accept angry, murdering, sacrificing gods. They accept them. It's okay. It's normal. No, it's not. It's a conscious lie. They do it on purpose. Now you're conditioned. Now you accept pissed off Jehovah. Now you accept, it's okay, she's a war god and she can eat humans if she wants to. You justify the darkness, the wickedness. It's okay to you. It's almost like you play all these murdering video games. You get so used to murdering and killing things. You're so used to it. You day in, day out. You watch movies of people killing things, creatures killing humans. You get so used to death. So it's normal. We accept it. Right? It didn't happen yesterday. They had to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until you are conditioned. Until you're doing, speaking, and saying their agenda. Now, there's billions of people following Islam and Christianity. That is 30% of the planet right there, following two religions. A third of our planet. And that's just two. We can mention other religions, right? Other religions are filling out the rest of the population. So what we're saying is that this is a spiritual war, and there's going to be all kinds of pretenders, all kinds of fake gods, all kinds of false prophets, all kinds of mixed and distorted teachings coming from those sources. And they do everything they can to convince you, to trick you, to fool you. Now you're speaking foolishly. Now you don't recognize God. You accept something else. You forgot the original God. I mean, the only God. You forgot the God of unconditional love. A God that does not judge you. Oh, you accepted the fake gods and the fake Christ and the fake creators. Oh, that makes more sense to you. A God sacrificing and killing and slaughtering. That makes more sense to you, apparently. What happened to your heart? What happened to your mind? What happened to your spirit? Where did it go? Come on, homies. Come on, humans. Wake up. Get off your knees and stop blindly worshiping. Get off your knees, humans. Stop giving away your power to vampires, to extraterrestrial vampires. We got enough of our own narcissists down here. We got enough of our own psychopaths. Now we're dealing with ET psychopaths. Alien dictators. Enslaving humanity. Dominating. We're in their dominion. Didn't you notice? And then you got the audacity. Some people open their mouth and say, we're all ascending. We are? Where? I don't see a bunch of enlightened people in the world, right? That's why we build this community. We build our dialogue. We create our timeline together. I'm not doing it by myself. Ashiana's not doing it by herself. Nobody, there is no certain one person. We're doing this in a group effort. We need all of you. You know, did you know? Remember I just mentioned everyone has their own personal signature. You have your own personal codes that you bring in. Holy One, you are an avatar. You're bringing in your experience, your lifetimes, everything you did in 1,728 time vectors. That's you in all of these locations and places and energies and understandings. Those are all you as a holy avatar. And your identity goes beyond an avatar. Okay, we go and ascend. If you keep on ascending until you get out of here, then you go back to a higher level called the Ascended Master. The Ascended Master is where we're all coming from anyways. That's what this whole term is, return to Source God. Because you never leave God, right? But what I'm saying is your memory of God returns. Your body returns. This is not the original body. It's a distortion of the original divine blueprint. You have everything, even a little bug. I remember that spider's down on the floor and I have bare feet, so. The spider doesn't want to F with the human. It just wants to go somewhere safe. It's not trying to hurt you. But I don't want the spider to bite me out of self-defense, And I sleep on the floor, man. I don't have furniture. I'm poor like that, so, I have one chair. No, I have a second chair. Because I found it in the garage. Someone threw it away. I said, no, that's still useful. I'll use that. But I don't have a bed. And I have pillows, though, and blankets. I used to sleep on the ground when I was homeless, so it's not a big deal. I had to prioritize. I needed one chair that was good chair. A good investment chair. Like my neighbor, my neighbor I talk about, the elderly lady. I always have to go to her. She can't come inside here because there's nowhere for her to sit. I have to visit her. Anyways. But anyways, you guys, you don't have to believe anything I'm saying. If I start talking about your religion, don't be offended personally. Don't think it's personal. Just understand that something here you resonate with, and your spirit, your soul is trying to figure some truth out that part of you needs. Simone, thank you, Simone. Much respect, little fox. Yeah, thank you, Simone. You're awesome. Yeah. Hey, you're why people like you are why I keep coming back. I will keep coming back when people like the work and show up. There you are. What's up? Thank you, Simone. Guiding star in the house. Cherries. I thought those were roses. Like Maria Stilson is putting roses and hearts. Christian in the house. Super chatters. There we go. That's what it's called. Super chat. Helena in the house. Some superstars. You guys got it on. We got Deliver Art Card Flipper in the house. Thank you for being a member, Holy One. Using those emojis. What's up? What's up? Noel. Good to see you, Aaron C. I've been there, Davian, with having little, but I can say it. Also, that's not the first time it happened. Remember, I explained how my house burned on fire. That was in 2010. I lost everything except my truck. I didn't lose my truck because it was in the garage, which wasn't burning yet. Actually, it was starting to burn, the top part. But because the house, it burned way in the backside of the house. It came all the way across the house and then hit the garage. By the time I hit my garage, I didn't find my keys. I had to get help. There were 3 of us, and I had him help me push the truck out of the freaking fire. I was even on the news that night. I wasn't expecting company or to be on the news, and I had this Grizzly Adam face, and I had no shoes. My shoes were in the house. I had no clothes except for the clothes on my back, literally. The first thing I did was go to Walmart and get something to wear. Dude, I swear, the thing you miss is like when my daughter was a little child making these little pictures for me. I don't think about the full screen size TV I had or the furniture I had. I think about the sentimental things that I can't replace. I'll keep looking on the ground, man. Every spider, every bug I find, I capture. I don't kill them. You guys are in kill mode. I don't do that. Now, there's sometimes I had to make an exception, and that was because how the hell do you capture a whole line of ants? I can't capture a bunch of ants. Hundreds, thousands of ants. I had to do something with that. You know, I had to I heard they hate cinnamon, but I put cinnamon down there. They didn't give a shit. Who told you that ants don't like cinnamon? They didn't care. So all I could do was put a water line on the floor. They didn't want to cross the water. So I thought of some tricks without killing. I try not to kill. Hey, there was one time a scorpion bit my foot, so of course I killed it. It was attacking me. A mosquito attacks you, dude. It's a literal vampire that comes and sucks your blood. You're under attack. So, if some pit bull comes at you, or after your kid, are you going to sit there and do nothing? You know, you have to protect. Sometimes in this world, we have to protect. Guiding star. Much respect, Holy One. Thank you so much. Your first super, it says, on a live stream. Thank you so much, Holy One. Much respect, Guiding Star. I like your name, by the way. You're guiding someone with light, yeah? Yeah, start a small fire, they'll go around. Oh yeah, I agree with dude. I love all life. I love ants when they're not invading my house. You know, I love to see how brilliant they are. They're master engineers, or you call them you know, people who know how to build. Ella Ishmael Perez site. What about Ishmael Perez? Were you guys talking about him? Who doesn't understand my name? Maybe you can elaborate. Christos avatar is a term actually used in the teachings. Well, you guys are familiar that at the 4th level we're called avatars. There's different definitions of that in our world. some people think avatar means just a game character or the picture of a game character. Sure, that's some definition of something, not what we're talking about. And I noticed that Hindus, they use the word avatar for what your incarnation is. That's not what we use it for. Avatar for us has to do with consciousness and the level of density matter. And it's specifically 12th dimension. There is 11th dimensional avatars, but they're not Christos avatars. There's 10th dimensional avatars, but they're not Christos avatars. Only the 12th dimensional avatars are Christos, because that's when you finally get your 12th strand. When you're 11th dimensional, you only have 11 strands. You can't leave the time matrix yet. As soon as you get 12 strands, you're able to leave the time matrix. So that's what that means. And I gravitated to that term and named my channel after it. So, Machiwa. Yeah, only when they're outside. And this house is what you call, modular house or manufactured housing. It's a double wide. So it's not perfect, and there is spaces I know where bugs can get through that I can't control. It's not my house, I don't own it, so I can't really do much, but that's like by the back door. There's not a perfect, there's some like cracks where bugs can come in, spiders. I haven't had a big issue with this house. There's only been a few times, like that spider. So when I do actually see one, I like, whoa, okay, I got to deal with you. I got to pick you up somehow. I try to find a little thin piece of paper or something that I can scoop them into it and then put them into a container, and then I put them outside. I was trying to get this one, but he was walking too fast and I couldn't get him in time, and I just don't like the way he looked. He looked like one of those nasty ones. But anyways, this is a journey, you guys, and everything around us is consciousness. The little animals around us, your pets, it has its own ascension process, has its own evolution. Just like you're evolving, so are your little pets. I know I'm not trying to like ruin it for you, but people talk about your animals going to heaven, right? Well, come on, you guys. What is heaven? Is there heavenly places? Yeah. Is there a heaven? One singular heaven? No. That's a religion concept. And that's the thing. Religion only teaches you one reality. Where is God? Where are angels coming from? Not this reality. You don't think about that when you're in religion. It's just a coincidence that aliens come from other worlds, angels come from other worlds, but you don't like to talk about aliens. You'll talk about your lovely angels, but Archangel Michael, but an alien is impossible. They can't even get here. How do they don't have enough gas. Gas. Based on light speed, it would take them hundreds of thousands of years or so many. It wouldn't be worth their time to come here. That's you and your fossil fuel consciousness. Remember, last night we talked about these beings don't get here by traveling. They get here by porting. That's part of the word teleporting. They port. They go get somewhere instantly. They don't go like this. If they're like light years away, you know how they stay in Star Trek? Jump to light speed. Not exactly. It's 0.8, 0.9, 9.1, 9.2. You hear that in Star Trek, where they first got to the fastest they've ever been. They were kind of getting nervous. 9.5. You're going 9.6 light speed? Are you crazy, Captain? Why don't you use a Stargate, homie? What's up? It's a lot faster. You know? But anyways, that's why there's wars over Stargates. There's wars over these portals. And actually, a lot of the elder alien extraterrestrial races, multidimensional races, these advanced races, they created the portal network. There's natural portals. Of course, there's Stargates. That's not the same as a portal. They work in this, similar, like you're going to go to a different timeline. But a Stargate takes you into another reality. That's the difference. Stargate takes you into another reality. A portal only takes you within the same reality. Get it? So in the third dimension, we have other timelines within the third dimension. We have other galaxies and other planets and other aliens in the third dimension. That's the same reality. The fourth dimension is another reality with other galaxies. It's actually the same galaxies, but the galaxies are more evolved, the planets are more evolved, the aliens are more evolved. Everything is the same, but it's the same creatures, but in more evolved states. So we have our state here, but we exist in another state, in another life. We call them lifetimes. It's kind of a misnomer. They're simultaneous existence. Lifetime, it sounds like, oh, there's something I had before, another period of time in my life. No, it's simultaneous. As I sit in this chair, everything in my life is right here in this chair. And all of you are right here with me. And all of the galaxies are right here with me. And you can be saying the same thing about yourself and your surrounding. We're all projecting our hologram from our DNA template, which we build or break down. Because if you're expanding, you're building and bringing in more consciousness. When you're negative and you're angry and you're harming other conscious beings, well, you're doing the opposite. You're not growing. You're self-destructing. That is, you're hurting and destroying, and you're self-destructing yourself. Fun path, huh? Wow. So you choose with your free will what path you want to choose. Okay? Some are choosing an aggressive path, a violent path, warmongering path, control path, manipulation, controlling, vampiring path. Okay? And they have no qualms about it. They have no guilt. They don't care if they hurt someone. Okay? You know what kind of consciousness that is? It's not one that's expanding and going somewhere better. It's a restriction. Expand, restrict. Expand or restrict. And you could say in our own lifetime, in this lifetime, you could say you're going to go through some stages of expansion and restriction, expansion, restriction. Maybe it takes you a while to figure it out. You get bounced back and forth between the 3D world and the spiritual worlds. But that's what we do here. We come down here, we try to figure the shit out and improve ourselves, build upon our soul consciousness. That's why the soul is projecting itself in different periods of time so it could learn and develop itself. And if you look at the rest of creation, it's doing the same thing. Like the soul is projecting itself down, while the oversoul is projecting itself down to the soul level. Well, the avatar is projecting itself down to the oversoul level, and the rishi level projects to the avatar level. The ascended master projects to the rishi level, and God projects itself to the ascended master. So it's all connected. It's all one being. It was one that started it all. The one. The one projected itself into many different, you would say, perceived individuations. It's not actually an individuation. It's one of several. Okay? So, but it came from the one creator being. That's why when you have some religion saying they have a bunch of gods, it's total bullshit. There isn't a bunch of gods. There's only one. Okay? There's only one. And why you're so confused down here and calling God a girl or a boy, because you're closed up, you're constricted, and now following some false systems and teachings and beings. If I ask you to think about what is good, and I ask you to describe what is evil or dark, we can't really say evil, right? But we can say dark. Okay, so make a list of things that are dark, or what would be the qualities of dark. You know why I'm asking you this? Because some people have no clue what is good or dark. They're just confused and distorted. It's mixed up. Notice this confusion in relationships. Why does your partner need to feed off you and argue with you and, manipulate you? Do you have a partner like that? Well, my next question is, why are you still with a narcissist? When you go into spiritual, when you're trying to go develop yourself, your spiritual growth, getting rid of narcissists helps that. Having narcissists that you haven't left yet, that goes against your spiritual evolution. You keep getting broken down, sad, upset, hurt from some narcissist. What are you doing? Love yourself enough, respect yourself enough, and the safety of your children to leave this vampire. Transmuting this energy out of your life. You see, now you won't have this freaking horrible person around you anymore, or your kids. Now you made a change for your spiritual growth. No changes. You're with the same freaking monster. Okay. You see, your spiritual growth is just went to shit. It takes mindfulness. You plan, and just like we're trying to manifest a new timeline. Well, that's a global thing. Well, we're trying to do the same thing in our personal lives. We're trying to manifest the best version of ourselves. You want to know and develop your higher self. You want to be psychic. You want to be knowledgeable in feeling the presence of God. Because the farther you go into the 3D world, it's not like you're becoming separate. You're never separate from God. But what's happening is God's not in your awareness. That higher part of what is you as God. You're not aware of that higher part of you. You're just aware of the 3D drama and what the hell is happening around it. Who cares about what's happening in Sirius B or Density Universe 2? Who cares what's happening in Dimension 11? You don't care about none of that shit. But when you learn this innerchristos, you learn how everything's connected. That drama that you don't care about is part of you. And, we affect timelines. They affect us, we affect them. What we're doing as a collective race is affecting the other levels of ourself. So if we're three-dimensional beings, we're going to affect beings in the fourth dimension. We'll affect beings in the second dimension. We're multidimensional. We're all made up of 3 dimensions at least. You're in density of 1. That means you're made of dimension 1 and 2 and 3. If you live in Tara, you're made of dimension 4 and 5 and 6. We're all made of at least 3 dimensions of reality, 3 timelines, because it's all simultaneous. How can something be a past if it's happening now somewhere? Only from our distorted viewpoint. That's a past thing. No, it's a now thing. The drama in Atlantis? It's not the past. Oh, while in our timeline, it's at the ocean, in the bottom of the ocean, but in that timeline, it's still happening now. We say timeline, it's just simply vibration. See, there's Atlantis, it's still there. Oh, here it's been destroyed. Here it's still there. You know, travel back in time, either through a UFO or through your Merkaba field. You're still using a Stargate, either one. You go through the Stargate and go back to Atlantis. There you are. Now do that consciously. When you have the DNA, you can just say, okay, you know, like you say, I'm going to go to the mall, or I'm going to go on a vacation. You can say, I'm going to go to another planet. I'll see you in a few hours. Okay, bye. Wow. You see, part of what you want to do to obtain something, to get something, you start thinking about it. You start drawing it to you. You start visualizing it, making notes about it, studying it, researching it. You know it. Now it's not impossible for you to bring into your life. Okay? Now you're like, that's how manifestation works. That's how consciousness works. You draw something to you by thinking about it. You push something away, you know, when you're in fear and guilt, you can't manifest jack shit. How are you going to manifest something that you want and desire when you're too busy being negative and pessimistic and saying that, you know, you've been programmed your whole life, now you're saying it to yourself. Someone else used to always say you're stupid or you're ugly or fat. Now you're calling yourself stupid. Now you're calling yourself fat and ugly. You see how that works? When it's just simply words that are, it's like chaotic words. It's chaotic energy. It's distorted energy. Now you're around distorted energy. Cleanse. Be mindful. Go walks in nature. Put your mind in a different space. You have control over yourself, over your experience. You have control over your own hologram. Of course, when you're powerless or think you're powerless, you think the world is coming down on you and, you know, or everyone's after you. Well, of course, you're not going to have much of a success, or you're not going to feel like you're capable. You're not going to feel like you're worthy. Here's some amber. That's programming. Now it becomes your own programming. You're self-programming. But it was the aliens, it was the government, it was your parents, your teachers, your bosses, your friends, your family. Something influenced you. Something you allowed to influence you. Did you know? Damn, that amber's strong, dude. Did you know that nobody can make you angry? Only you, homie, can allow yourself to become angry. Is somebody else controlling your brain and your words? You have free will. You become mindful of what you speak and say and do. I mean, if you start, like, you know, the phone, your smartphone has an alarm clock app. Put the alarm clock a few times throughout the day. Every few hours, put a different alarm. And every time you see that alarm, you're reminded to think about mindfulness. I am here. I am now. I am all my timelines. I am all my selves. I am with myself. I am one self. I am the self. Okay, go back to work. You hear the alarm again? Go back to this mindfulness. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am spirit having a human experience. And you can start thinking about what your goals are, as your personal goals, your objectives. Focus on your objectives in the now. Go back to work. Go back to what you were doing. Get your next alarm. Do it again. You get used to coming into mindfulness, and you will be in the now. You're bringing in this higher awareness. Most of the time, we're not aware. Most of the time, we're too busy with gadgets and devices and talking to someone, listening to music, watching TV. How much of mindfulness do you get from that? We're not saying that's bad. What we're saying is it doesn't help you when you don't put time for your own consciousness. Hear that silence? This is where you become a greater version of yourself in mindfulness. You're not going to do it. Think about when you start doing this, you become aware of how much you're not aware. Let's say you sleep 6 hours a day. So 18 hours a day. Out of 18 hours, it could be off by a few hours depending on how many hours you sleep. How much time do you spend in mindfulness, awareness, inside your identity? How often? It might only be a few seconds. That has to change. Change that. Find ways to do that. Start a diary. Start taking notes. Start becoming, because, we can't rely on our human memory. Our human memories suck. Maybe yours is great. Most humans have a sucky ass memory. I forgot what I was thinking right now. A 55! What did I say? We had a 22, we had a 33, we had a 44, and now a 55. See the 55 online? That's cause for celebration, dude. Unfortunately, we could get a 66. Right now, it's 63. So, who wants to get lit with your brother Fabian? Because this is your body, and then people have what you think is your mind, your personality. Okay, it's all consciousness. The body is consciousness, your mind is consciousness, your personality is consciousness. Okay, it's all consciousness. And think about that. When you figure that out, Nick So 90 wants to get lit. When you figure that out, you're powerful. You're more powerful than you were before. Think about it. So, and it's not about ego. Because I see a lot of spiritual people, once they become, and what does that mean to be enlightened? It doesn't mean you're not done growing. When you learn some enlightenment, when you learn some spiritual knowledge, then a lot of those people, they become freaking snobs, They become like, oh, I know something now, you don't know. That's kind of like you haven't learned jack shit. And it's those kind of people who, that can hurt you the most. Because you trusted that person. You love that person as your brother, sister, spiritual starseed. And then they're turning on you. You don't understand what the F is going on. Then you get angry, or you might get angry and upset. But you guys, that's the whole deal. You don't allow even other spiritual people to make you feel bad. Just realize they are experiencing that, it's coming into their fields. It's in their fields. Look, you're experiencing negative shit in their fields. Don't let them. Don't let their shit. You know how people don't want to take on someone else's baggage? You don't want to take on someone else's energies. You don't want someone else in your space. You don't have to be rude. You just make sure you're not in that person's. You don't want that person around you, around your kids, around your life. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you're sending them hate. You're just simply putting up shields and protection, keeping distance, keeping space. And that is healthy. That's a good thing. I don't mean like this COVID thing where we're all isolated. I'm not talking about that, am I? We want community. We want a Starseed friendly, loving, non-judgmental community. And you guys, if you're religious and any of you watching, you can leave your comments. Just be respectful. Like we have 2 moderators online, right? Or 1? Celine? Is it only Celine? I noticed Starman comes on this. We're gonna. I'll be taking on another moderator soon. So I want at least 2 moderators on every night. So we'll think about that. We'll think about who our next moderator will be, because I want at least 4 moderators since they're not always around. So, all right, you guys. Thank you, Celine, for being here, sister. We have 2 guys. Maybe we should have 1 more girl, so it's kind of like even Steven, you know. Toothpick. Get your toothpick and you know, get all the old shit out. Hear that big old truck? And it sounds weird, but sometimes in my own personal time, like when I smoke alone, I turn off everything. I turn off the lights, I turn off the TV, the computer, I put on earplugs, and I'm basically walking around, not in total dark, but I get myself, my third eye has no light coming through. I try not to get light coming through to your third eye, because you can be more connected to the spiritual realms. You can see and visualize better inside with your eyes closed. Just think about it. When it's bright, when the lights are on, you can see through your eyelids the light. It's bright. It's, you know how your eyelids, your skin pigment makes your eyelids look red from the inside. You can tell you're not, you know, it's not going to be very helpful. It's not inducive for visualization or for, you know, work in the third eye. You want it to be and as much as dark as you can, you know. And the earplugs, it's not necessary, but it truly helps, benefits, I think, the process of connecting to, and that's where the breathing comes in too. The breathing rhythms, the you know, there's all kinds of pranayama conventions, right? So you choose one that you feel comfortable with. Learn pranayama. You know how to say prana. P-R-A-N-A. Prana. Pranayama, that just is a longer word. Y-A-M-A. Pranayama. Pranayama is the art of breath work. You want to know how to do breath work. And like I said, there's many different styles of breath work. So choose one or a few, because there's some that even alternate nostrils. They even have little devices and shit, or you just use your knuckle and hold the other one, hold one, or like this if you want. So there's you know how a quarterback and the players have different strategies? Well, there's strategies for which technique you use. Choose one that works for you, that is doing what you want it to do. But you guys, that's a big deal. Breath work is a big deal. It's called pranayama. Because it changes your vibration. It changes it's freaking amazing how breath and breathing and holding breath, exhaling breath, it is freaking amazing how it helps. Plus keeping your eyes closed, keeping your ears plugged. When you go, that's pro. Now you're just not a schmuck trying to meditate in this chair. Now you're taking it up another notch because you want to be more effective. You want to get better. You want to see the spirits or hear the voices. You know, I don't want to hear no voices. I don't mean to hear voices. I mean communicate. Telepathy, hear something in your head. Speak something into another being's head. Machiwa. And I know some people think that's impossible. Drink before and drink after. Love. 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 Hey, dude, as soon as I start saying words, I feel my palm throbbing. It's weird. Mochua. Energy, psychic energy, feel energy, see energy, connect to my higher consciousness. Remember, understand, know, feel, be. See, you say whatever you want, whatever comes to your mind. It's not like you have to memorize something. Just be honest and send visions, visualizations. Think it, feel it, know it. It's a practice. It's something you practice. So go inside for a few seconds. Check. Always check. How is my body feeling? You know how you get an itch? You know exactly where it is on your body? Well, do the same thing on the inside. If you feel something in your body, like energy, notice where and focus on it. And not just in here, in the head area. It could be anywhere. You know the chakras go all the way down your body. You can feel your whole heart or chest area. You could feel your throat area, the top of your head even, the third eye, and even in your solar plexus. You literally feel it. You should. With smoking, because some people just take gummies, right? That's going to take an hour or half hour or whatever. Smoking is instant. It goes from here, your lungs, and it doesn't go through digestion. That's why when you take mushrooms, you have to wait. Like, damn, man, come on, all right, come on. But it does last a long time, so it's worth the wait. Put some copal, baby. I mean, if you had a whole pound of copal, you just put your face in it. You know? I got a whole pound of benzoin. Yeah, baby. Doesn't get you high, okay? I'm just saying. It's like smelling a bouquet of roses. Take a deep breath of roses. And you know, a lot of teas are herbs or flowers. Like I'm taking both. Green tea, but also dandelion. I had to order more dandelion because I already went through it. I drink 3 teas a day now. I think only the green tea has caffeine in it. I don't think the dandelion has caffeine. I didn't check. Maybe I should check. But it doesn't matter because I don't have problems going to sleep right now. You know how sometimes in your life you might have problems sleeping? I've been, that goes up and down for me. It just depends on what's going on. 7-7. What the hell? No, real. 77 people. You guys can check. I'm not lying. Are we going to get an 8-8 maybe? We didn't see a 6-6, did we? So we're still waiting for a 6-6 and an 8-8. Some of you out in the audience are probably thinking this is ridiculously funny, right? What's he keep talking about numbers for? What are you talking about? Look at other people talk about numbers. Right? It's not me. It's not a Thavian thing. It's a big deal. No, calculate. How many times should you only see a triple digit number? Choose any of them. Well, ones would be the most common, so choose a different number. Because ones are in clocks, they're in license plates, they're in calendars, they're in, a lot of things. So let's be more fair and choose fours, fives, sixes, sevens. Why would you get a bunch of those? In percussion, what are the odds? There's a scientific number to that. And when we start getting 3 triple numbers, 4 maybe 5, it's not just, you see why it's a big deal. It's literally recognizing another energy world, another consciousness world, another spirit world. It means there's some greater design. Something is projecting the 666 or the 333 or the 222. Something is putting it in there. It just doesn't come from a rambling thing. It's not a rambling thing. It's a specific thing. Like when you know and ask someone what's the meaning of a 9? Well, what's the meaning of a 999? What's the meaning of a 369? No numbers have meaning, vatos. Numbers are power. They're another part of God. God isn't just spirit, it's also numbers. There is perfect Fibonacci sequence. There's perfect sacred geometries. When you go on the mushroom medicine, you see sacred geometries, do you not? Don't you start seeing geometries? And what do we learn from Kalantic science? That chelons, hello, sacred geometries. That's part of Particae. We're made of sacred geometries at a macro level, or micro level. Yes. Can feel. It's a real thing. I'm just some dude in front of you. No, there's something more going on. I can feel my spine, dude. All the way down my spine. From the top of the head, back, all going all the way down. And that's only off of one hit so far. But definitely my third eye is on fire. If you guys are, see, I'm transparent. And I know some of you are clairvoyant. Look at me. I'm not bragging. This is not ego. I'm trying to explain to you. I'm trying to show you. Somehow, make it real for those who haven't seen it yet. If any of you are clairvoyant, I feel my whole chest. My chest is, I feel my solar plexus. I feel my sacral. I feel my root. I feel my feet. And right now I feel this hand mostly. The back of my head, dude. Shit. You see, I'm not like this 24/7. I was boosted. The medicine, it heals. It assists physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So if you got some people saying it's from Nibiru, if it is or it isn't, or do you have something? Are you judging another planet, another race? Whatever it is, it's doing wonderful things to me. Just saying, making an observation. You say one thing out of your mouth, I see another thing in the reality. So, more than one experience, more than one time. And you guys too are witness, what I call testimony. We don't need you to believe. We see, we feel, we know. It's not a faith. And I'm not mocking anyone in religion. I was once in religion. I was a little kid. I had no choice in the matter. When I became an adult, goodbye, no more. I have a choice now. I have a choice now. I have a choice now. No, thank you. Dude, the people in the church were effing each other's wives. They were swinging. I had other kids from the church try to, show me their penis and shit. What the F? These people beat you. No, I'm not joking. They use a metal board and with holes in it. So it's aerodynamic? I don't know. What's the holes in a paddle for? My stepfather made it, asshole. No judgment. But he did rape. So I can call bastard, I don't mean me. Someone more smaller than me. So now I just lost my train of thought, sorry. See, that abuse wasn't on me, but when it happens to my little sister, what the F, dude? Before I got into spirituality, me and my brother wanted to hurt him. When we got bigger, as adults, no one knew for years and years. You guys don't know my sister, so there's no embarrassment to her. I'm not picking her out. No, you guys don't know who I'm talking about, right? So no harm, no done. But you guys can relate. Some of you can relate. I don't know what female in my family hasn't been raped. So I know rape is in the world is rampant. And it ain't freaking new. You see the abuse of a patriarchy, man. Inside the male consciousness, they think the female is down here because they're trained that way. Even women think that way. In these other cultures especially. You ask an Islamic wife, and you got it worse off than American women, right? Some countries are more freaking extreme. There's some countries where they're allowed to, first of all, the king is allowed to have more than one wife, first of all. Like that's something normal, huh? Alone by itself. But they could choose little children as their wife and have sex with them, of course. Of course. That's the whole point. This is wicked shit. The kid has no free will in this matter. Children get abused because they're small. And you could ruin them for their life. Not just mean their bodies, their little bodies. It's sick. It's a sick consciousness. We call it reptilian. We call it Anunnaki. Luciferian, satanic. What's your flavor? Something dark. Something phantom, something fallen, something. The Guardians don't say wicked, but I do. That which takes life or feeds off of life is wicked. But we can't say that, so I say dark, okay? I can say very, very dark. There's a spiritual war. And unfortunately, children are targeted. Children are extremely powerful in their energies. They're just in this civilization. They don't remember it. So there's a smart community, a wealthy, powerful community that learned about this because they're into the occult, they're into the supernatural. They know Dark Templar. We practice Templar. They practice Dark Templar. They know these high-level things, you guys. Maybe not even consciously, but just be aware that, oh, you guys are learning all this advanced shit through Ashiana and the Guardian materials. That's your Starseed, that's our work. I've heard Ashiana say that herself and about her then husband. This is not our work. I heard it say it out of her own mouth. This is not our work. This is all of our work, and that is the truth. This is all our work. We incarnated. She's not the only one that incarnated here. We, all of us, Team Indigo, what's up? We all incarnated here. It's a group thing. It's about you too. It's about us. It's about Law of One, Christ returning to Earth. By the way, hello. This is our planet. Okay? Earth becomes Tara. Tara becomes Gaia. Gaia becomes Armatena. 12th dimension. Earth. That's our planet. This is our planet. We have a right to protect our planet and keep the freaking fallen angelics out of our planet. We have a right to protect ourselves. We have a right to guard ourselves. We have a right to empower ourselves. You are God. Don't let anything try to take that away from you. It doesn't matter if there's 2 billion, 3 billion, whatever billion following these fake gods, false gods. They're not creator God. There's only one creator God. It wasn't these beings. Do you think the creator God, which is a being who creates life, not destroy it, original God, way down here, fallen, broken, and dark, death, life. Can you not see it and feel it? Sacrifice, by the way, huh? Sacrifice. Which spectrum? Life or death? Death related, hello, death, darkness. Sacrifice your son. Sacrifice little animals. Sacrifice kids. They threw them into pits of fire, even. Here, God. Here for God. Blessing God. Here's my kid, man. Here's my wife. Here's my left arm, God. Damn! What the F are you worshiping? Praising, even. Praising, right? Praising this pissed off, angry freaking God, man. Because if you don't, when you have some abusive parent, they actually physically discipline you. Oh, take out the belt and everything. I had my mom take a switch off a freaking tree, man. Bend over, grab your ankles. And as I was growing up in this religion, Christian church school, they're doing the same thing to me. Go to the principal means go and pull down your fucking pants and get your ass whooped. And they're pissed off when they do it. And this one teacher would take both their hands and she would freaking go way back, dude. No one wanted to be swapped by her. And it's psychological abuse. They have this demerit system on the wall that everyone has to walk by. So when you're slouching, when you're not holding your pencil right, because they have these things that make you hold the pencil right, and you have to hold your elbows correct, and you have to put your books in the right place, and you better be paying attention. Anytime you go out of line, you get a demerit. Oh, the teacher says it out loud. You got a demerit. And she walks up to the demerit page, record keeper, and puts right next to your name a demerit. You get another demerit. No more demerits. You don't want to get more demerits because you're going to get your ass whooped. I had the same teacher drag my ass, and she was pissed. She was pissed off. And she pulled me to the sink, man. She took this bar of soap and said some things about God, I guess, while she's putting this down my throat, man. Yeah, whoa. No. I ain't sending my kids to no freaking brainwashing like that. Sick shit. Don't forget about the parents swinging. Weird ass shit. You better believe when you know now you know from the innerchristos law of one, not the raw material. We're not the raw material. This is the innerchristos law of one. Understand? It's not some channeling by this chick in the 80s and 70s. No, contraire. This is the innerchristos law of one. Let's get that straight. It's on the record. Thank you. There's more than one source of law of one. Oh, that's maybe a source. Oh, maybe you can consider that one a source. Here's the innerchristos law of one. What's Holy One? Oh, yes. So, pretty strong energy. One hit. So, I love you guys. And it's a blessing to explore consciousness and to experience different levels of yourself, different parts of yourself, to see other worlds, to see other possibilities of what is life actually. Like, after a while, this stuff doesn't even become surprising to you. Like, at first, you're like in awe and start crying or something. So emotional. Because it's so divine at first. At first, it's so incredible because you haven't experienced it before. After you start experiencing this a lot of times, now you're just in it and you're just part of it. And there's no ego there. It's just a natural shift into that. You just shift into that part of you. So there's moments of you where you're just in the awe. You're just there, right? You feel bliss. Like, really, you understand even what that word means. Bliss. What does it mean to be blissed? Blissed out, homie. You're just in a perfect place. No suffering. You know, like the Buddha says. Just simply, you feel wonderful. You think clearly, like you've never thought clearer before. You know how our minds are foggy, or we got lots of voices we feel like rambling around, that monkey chatter. But then if you're psychic, it's more than that. You feel other people, like maybe many people around you. You can't even go to public places that often because it just drives you nuts. It could even be painful. It's not like a light switch you can say, okay, turn it off. There's no off button. I mean, there's unhealthy ways to block your chakra, which I wouldn't advise. Because some people have asked that. How do you close the chakra? Because they're seeing demons and shit. You guys, if you are seeing that stuff, if you're having nightmares, there's a reason why. And it's coming from you. You have something opened in your fields, broken in your fields, distorted in your fields. It's getting through, and now you're experiencing it in your hologram. It's kind of like saying you have holes in your armor. You're vulnerable, homie. You don't want to be vulnerable to these extraterrestrials, multidimensionals. And I hope you guys are going to be protecting yourself this whole month, especially getting closer and closer to this wicked freaking holiday. It's not a joke, and I'm sure if you have little kids, you want to make them happy and take them to somewhere where everyone's dressing up scary and shit. I mean, maybe not your kids. Obviously, there's going to be some goblins and creatures and things. You know, you look like some people make themselves look like they're mutilated or bleeding. It's all symbolism. It's all energy. And it's all a freaking huge planetary ritual going on. Just like when they get you all together in an arena, of a sports arena. All that freaking energy, man. All these 3D people go into this massive orgy of flesh and physical, like, it's like, it's an arena. The symbology is so profoundly powerful, like the Roman gladiators murdering, gouging, blooding guts, kind of sacrifice and giving honor to the gods. Most of those people are giving honor to God or the gods. You're sending energy. You have no idea how they're becoming godlike because you're sending it to them in masses, in droves, in nations, and peoples, and races, and throughout history. You keep on keeping this being alive and empowered, and keep on growing its power, and it becomes immortal, and it's this powerful. In the occult, you would call it a huge egregore. You know what an egregore is? Egregore. Egregore. Ooh, it's so it's funny that tonight it goes up between 50 and 100. It keeps going up and down. Machiwa. It's a huge blessing to be alive in this time. It's been famous times. Historical things have happened. But guys, this is historical. Who wants to get lit again? We'll go for 20 more minutes. If you guys want to hang with me for 20 more minutes, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. Yeah. We got this. We got this. We got this. Oh, shit. I spilled ashes on myself now. It's all good. If you feel good, you smile and dance. And you act silly or you party, right? If you're full of good energy and you're happy and you want to do something with that energy, right? Haven't you guys gone out with friends and shit and you guys are all dressed up, you're going to a club, you want to go dancing, you're looking at the opposite sex. It's not like you're expecting to get laid or nothing. I'm just saying you just admire seeing pretty girls, you know. Especially when they make themselves look their best for dancing and stuff. You know, the girls make their hair all awesome, their makeup all awesome. They're with their group of girlfriends. They feel empowered. You're with your group of guy friends and you're empowered. And you know, sex is in the air, attraction is in the air, and then you just, the human is so tribal. You feel the music. It's raw, and it's the dance itself. Dance, music, sound. It's freaking powerful, and you're in this ritual, and it's sexual and ritual. You don't have to have sex, but you enjoy dancing with the opposite sex. You know, it's like cool, man. I used to love to dance. I thought I was good at dancing, and I was told that I wasn't trying to. I just loved dancing. It makes a difference when you love to do it, and you're not shy. You might be shy at first, but then you get through it. At least one person. Helena, of course. What's up, Helena? What's up? We'll have to do it in real life. Yeah. Celine, what's up? Jenny Wolf. Yeah. You miss those days too, right? You're a lone wolf, Amanda? And that's okay. You could be a lone wolf. And bobbing your head is okay, Charles. What's up? And wearing no makeup, that's perfectly fine, right? And think about what makeup was made out of. That's not cool. Yeah, dancing at home, that's fun. And you can just lay it all out, feel all relaxed. You're not being stared at or judged. You know, you just be yourself, right? 80s were the bomb, you said, or good time. Yeah, Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Liberace. All kinds of guys. Classics. My brother was into rock and roll mostly. I was into R&B and hip hop. I didn't like rap too much, but you know, like my brother was listening to all kinds of rap. But I guess some of it was alright, but I don't know. I was into breakdancing. Me and my brother, we would breakdance, and I watched the breakdancing movies, and we learned from other kids in the neighborhood. You know, we laid out our cardboard. We had our little ghetto blasters, and playing jam on it, jam on it, jam on it. You know. Yeah, dun 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 do 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 do. You guys listen to "Jam on It" from the '80s. Jam on it, and he actually says that in the song. Jam on it. And we would play that on the ghetto blaster, and then take turns doing our little back spins, hand spins, windmills, centipedes, and waves, and we were, it was fun. Right? It was cool, man. I was digging Breakin' and Breakin' 2, and there was that girl, that actress. She was making a movie in the Ninja 3 Domination in my city, which was Glendale, Arizona. We used to go make our own ninja movies, and then they go make a professional ninja movie there. I'm like, what the shit? We made our movies in that neighborhood. And that chick, she played a ninja. She was Ninja 3 Domination. And she had some dark ninja's spirit inside of her. It was like freaking weird, man. I love you guys very much. Some of you are so caring, so sweet. Like we could be real like friends in real life too, I'm sure, right? Like we all gotta meet sometime. Yeah. Have some Starseed parties. I'm not gonna do it with alcohol. If you want to drink, you can, but I'll just be smoking, I guess. What's up, my Starseed vatos? Yeah. We're doing another hit real quick, and then we're gonna go for 20 more minutes. If you guys want to hang with me till 10 o'clock, my time anyway. Sorry if it's late your time, guys. Thank you for being here. I know it's late, but you can wait 20 more minutes, right? Yeah. Maybe after this we'll be doing light language. Yeah. B me. What's up? Nixoniety. Yeah. Ancient Universities full of love. Jennifer Miller. Firewater? Firewater. I don't know what that is. Nixoniety. Wow. You know, it was funny because you mentioned Willie Nelson. You know, Snoop Dogg smoked with Willie Nelson and he couldn't keep up with Willie. It's a real story. You could find it. It's funny, man. So it's like, damn, Willie must be a hell of a smoker, man. He outsmoke Snoop Dogg. No, I wouldn't want to have that lifestyle, you guys. I like to be in the 3D world more. Okay. Like my dad, he's not like that. He wants to always be high. And to me, that's just not why we came here. We didn't come here to escape the whole time we're here. I know you're not escaping, but still, you know what I'm saying? You're not being your own consciousness. There's got to be some, that sounds more like abuse. You're abusing it. There's got to be balance, honey. And it's not supposed to be a crutch, right? So that's something you have to be mindful. It helps, it boosts, and it does heal. It's part of, and it helps people sleep, by the way. It's made into creams. It could be even made into rope, a good rope, a strong rope, and it's made into wax. It's made into all kinds of things, even foods. So realize we smoke it, we sniff it, we drink it. Like I had some in a drink. Put it in a brownie, put it in a cookie, put it in whatever, your lasagna. I don't know. Okay. I prefer this. Smoke it. This is tobacco, green tobacco. I have my lemon water. So feel in your body. Check it. Know exactly where you feel it. Point to it. Put your finger on your skin where it's at. Feel it developing right here. Whoa. And know that you have fingertip chakra and you have palm chakra. Okay? They're miniature ones compared to these ones. Same with your feet. You have feet chakra. And you have chakra below your feet and way in the middle of the earth. You have another one out in outer space. One above your head. There's a few above your head. There's 3 above your head. So, part of being a starseed, part of being part of the guardian, Christos guardians, is knowing your larger anatomy. Okay? Well, most systems are learning only about 7 chakras. First of all, what the hell is the number 7? Right? We go by 369. Tesla knew something. I think some things were alluded to him, but he was getting a lot of things for a scientist. He was starting to be psychic. And I'm sure he was. Much respect to Tesla. Because you guys know, right? If he's talking about talking to other aliens. 6-6! We saw 6-6 right now. 66 people online. You guys can see that too. So now we just need 8-8. I don't know, maybe we had an 8-8, but we've had a 1-1, a 2-2, a 3-3, a 4-4, a 5-5, now a 6-6. And we had a 7-7. Right? Yeah. We just need an 8-8 now. I don't know if that'll happen, but anything's possible. But that's pretty incredible already, 1 through 7. As I just mentioned, chakras 1 through 7. There's more. Aim higher. That's only half. Plus 1 more. There's 15 chakra. 15 chakra, not just 7. And what's interesting is you can actually have even more DNA strands. because we have our existence here in particle universe, but we also have an equal amount of existence on the antiparticle parallel self. So they're both ascending at the same time, or maybe there's parts of you who are falling. So that's like an average. Like if there's a few thousand of you, well, some of that few thousand are going to be fallen. Every individual will be different. Maybe it's 50% of you, dark and light, dark and light. Maybe you're mostly love and light, but some little bit of dark. Maybe you have finally ascended to your highest level and you're all light. Maybe you're mostly dark. So you see what I'm saying? There's all kinds of alignments. You would say a spectrum of alignment towards light or towards dark. There's a darkness to light, and what's in between. I'm neutral. I'm somewhere in the gray area. Well, it's kind of like, sometimes it's kind of like you're either pregnant or you're not. You can't be somewhere in between. You're pregnant. No, you're not pregnant. It's either one or that. Sometimes it's either one or another. So, just saying, right? Don't forget about that possibility. Mokoye vastua. So, anyways, I described physically what I experienced when I took the medicine. Okay? But I can't show you what I'm seeing. I wish I could. Or what I'm feeling. I can only react to it, I can only describe it. But some of you have your own experiences. I'm not trying to say nothing about that. I love to report to you so people get some idea who haven't experienced. Like we have the audience is some beginners and some advanced people. So imagine Ashiana, she had to always cater to beginners and advanced people at the same time, all the time. Every one of her workshops, I hear her say at the beginning of the workshop, we have some beginners here, and we have some people who have already been coming for the past few years, right? To her workshop she's talking about. So she has to downstep it or include some beginning material every time she does a workshop. So that's probably frustrating, but you can't turn away people. They want to learn. They want to come to a Sliders 8 workshop. Let them, as a beginner, that's what happened to me. I was thrown into Sliders 8 workshop. I didn't care. I just spent the money because it did cost money, and I had to travel all the way to another city, but it was worth it to me because I wanted to meet her in person, man. And I did. So, because honestly, I did learn Cathara while I was there, but that advanced shit, there's no way I could understand that. And I was learning from a group in Tucson. First, I learned about the interview with Carrie Cassidy. And then, of course, when we all heard, that was in 2010. Of course, when I first saw that interview, man, I started looking her name up right away on the internet. I found her website, which was, back then it was azuritepress.com. I don't know if any of you remember that, Azurite Press, because, she's Azurite Temple. So she's a journalist or she's a writer, so she calls it Press, Azurite Press. But not anymore. Her husband, her ex-husband, took over that, and speaker number 3, Marianne, took over that. So, Callaway, something like that. Anyways, some shady shit went down. Maybe on both their sides. Who knows? I mean, sometimes people have a nasty divorce, right? But hey, there's speaker 1 and speaker 2. You'd think they would be super evolved people. obviously there's distortion in our teachers, right? Just consider that. They broke the shield. They split the shield. So it's not all perfect, hunky-dory, is it? But we respect the teachings. We expect that she's still in a human life. We're just humans sometimes down here. But much respect to her. Since a child, I can't even say that. This has all happened to me in my 40s. Shit. It was when she was 6 years old. So, and I get it. Some people have their memory turned on very early. She had her memory turned on in the wound. She remembers that period of time. Most people can't remember beyond like 3 years old, like when they were a baby, much less inside as an embryo, right? Shit. Yeah, I was a master avatar in my embryo. Wachiba. But it's interesting because now I don't know everything about Ashiana, but according to herself, according to Ashiana, I mean, she talks about 6 years old, right? But according to Ashiana as well, and she did say ALL, all indigo type 1s, which she is one, all indigo type 1s happen through a braided walk-in. It's called a walk-in. So that means she became a walk-in. She has to be a walk-in too. And for me, I think it happened when I was in my car accident. When I didn't die, but I hit a car in the intersection, and my car went off and hit. I was in a Volkswagen Bug, man, and I hit some work truck. So I didn't stand a chance. I just kind of like bounced off and hit the traffic light, and I lost my memory. I don't remember everything. Why? What the hell is that shit? Right? Like, I didn't think about it then. I didn't understand anything then. But now, I think about that. I lost my memory for 24 hours. I didn't even know who my girlfriend was. And I loved my girlfriend. She was my first love. You guys all have a first love. I have a first love. She was beautiful. Latina girl. Hispanic girl. So gorgeous. Whoa. I seen this bug earlier. I still can't tell if it's a mosquito or not. Which is a vampire. If it sucks on my blood, I'm gonna squish it. It attacked me. It drew blood. It drew blood. Sometimes when you smash those things and it's all full of blood on you smash blood all over your arm, and it's like disgusting. Because some of that's not even your blood. You're at a family event, and different people in your family are getting bit by the same mosquitoes. It's disgusting. This creature, and look at the creature. Look at it. Pictures of mosquitoes. They look wicked. They look sick looking, horrible, scary looking. Imagine a giant one sucking on your torso, or your throat, or your skull. Giant mosquito. Ah! I remember all those old movies. Like, even I lived with my grandma for a period of time, so She was all into those 50s movies, horror movies. I don't know what was with my grandma. She was an awesome grandma, but one of the weird things about her is she loved horror. She loved scary shit. Anyways. It's interesting. Because I know my dad is indigo, but my grandma that I'm talking about is my mom's mom. And I think she could have been indigo, but I'm not sure. I know she was sort of spiritual though, and religious. A lot of people are probably like that because they're psychic. It's because they're psychic, they were probably born into religion, but they're also psychic, so what else can they do? They don't want to give up the family religion, but they might be experiencing paranormal shit that religion doesn't say exists or is not good. So you think you're doing something bad and you have to keep it a secret until you get older and say, c'est la vie, No more from your judgment. Get off my ass, get off my energies, get out of my circle, no thank you, no more. It's vampiric. And it's poor little kids in these little schools getting disciplined in the name of God, of course. And it's these freaking crazy adults running this shit who have issues of their own, and they take it out on little kids. So, some people would call that abuse. Some people would call that just discipline. How you guys doing, Holy Ones? Celine. Hi, Celine. Kisses. Machiwa, Helena. Sarah Holder. Oh, you only got bit by a few? I can't stand that. Oh, I can't stand it. That's the only thing I kill. I'm sorry, I do kill something. I kill mosquitoes. And I don't know why, but I'm able to go like this and get them. I usually don't miss, so. And I could do the same thing to flies, but I don't want to smash a fly. I'd rather catch them. The secret behind catching them is see what way they're facing and scoop up from behind them. I mean, it doesn't mean it's easier for you as a human. It's harder if you're trying to come from above or some shit. It's not going to come on. You need to come up from behind. It gives you, they could fly off in your momentum direction. And I would successfully catch them a lot without killing them. I could feel them flying around my hand inside. And I don't let them out, and then I can open the door and go like that and shut the door. And and then I see my mom or other relatives just killing them with the fly swatter and no, don't kill. Why kill? Stop killing. They have a little family. They have their own little life. What are you doing? Where's your heart? Don't you love little stuff, little beings? They matter. Why don't you care? You're not very sensitive, are you? What's Starseed? Where's my homies in the house? What's up? How's your activation? How's your 12 strand coming along? What's up, Christar? I am Christar. I am Christar. I am Christar. What's up, Christ? Star Lords. Yeah. We awaken into this drama and we find our role as healers, as reminders of. We're supposed to be facilitators of healing. Like, when they teach you facilitating other people and their healing, you're actually getting the person, your what do you call that? Your client is, you're teaching your client how to heal themselves. So you're still doing the service of healing. But that's the cool thing. We come to the sick person and teach them how to heal themselves. They're getting something more than one thing, and more than just their healing, they're also now getting this ability. See how that works? If everyone knew how to heal, we wouldn't have sickness or disease. We wouldn't even have aging. Machiwa. Well, according to the fields, we would fix that problem. Whatever problem it is in the energies, we would heal it. As a collective, we have the collective power to overpower the distortions. We get enough resonance. Kind of like to switch the reverse current because it got siphoned into take life or live, spell it backwards, EVIL, LIVE, live, reverse of living, reverse of life. Okay, so these beings are consuming, bringing in. You guys, when you argue with someone, let you start yelling at each other, screaming, whatever, saying curses, cursing them, saying terrible things to them, sending them bad energies. That's what you're doing physically. It's like a wizard war. It's like a psychic war. It's like you guys are Jedis fighting each other. You're using your powers against each other. You're sending weapons and ammunition at each other with curses and yelling and screaming. This powerful energy sending it. And if there's little kids nearby, well, they're like collateral damage. They're going to be they're hearing the screaming and yelling and the cursing, right? They're getting some of the experience right along with you. Congratulations, you're such great parents. I haven't eaten anything. I fasted all day, so I just eat a meal after this live. We'll watch some interesting shows. Probably do a mastermind thinking. That's where I spend some time thinking, going into that higher part of myself. Shiva. I suggest you guys do something similar where you can create a dialogue with your higher self, have communion with it, learn from it, be protected by it, healed by it. There's even some agreements you can make with the guardians for protection, you guys. Did you know that? It might be part of the Dances for Life program or Dances for Love. I'm going to be going over those, but first I want to teach Katara. So you guys can learn those at your convenience through Asha and Adine. Thank you so much for being part of that. You're part of that, and we're bringing that knowledge together, homie. It's in our bodies, and we're coming together to this community together. It's a very special group. Now, at the earlier part of the life of this group, it had some bumpy rides, but we've done a lot of good positive changes, and a lot of you guys have come in, and it's your field resonance. Every one of your positive things that you're saying in chat You guys are part of this field resonance, and we're powerful. We're like a surge, okay, of energy, which is powerful. We're a powerful energy, positive energy, a group energy. We're going to do healing group energy. We're going to tune in together at a specific time to do a healing. We're going to be masters at healing together. I love you. We empower each other. We want to help each other. It's not about competition. It's not about outdoing each other. It's not about trying to be better than other people or be high class, be separate, be in a special clique, be the cool people. It's nothing like this. When all are God, all are equal, and we treat each other that way. We have a society built on that way, where we love each other, respect each other, honor each other, know this law of one. There's no more religion. It's simply knowing the law of one. No dogma. Wow. But humans need dogma. No, they don't. They don't need you. They don't need clergy. You don't need churches. There's no middleman to God. That's a control system. That's no longer the word of God. That's been changed. That's been altered. You see? So, what you're learning is a farce. It's a what do you call when someone falsifies or takes a real document and then puts in fake information in the same book. Now it's like twisted. Now it gets associated with a negative thing. It's like a magic. This is magic. Magical system. A black magic system. Some of them get some of your DNA. Maybe it's just pieces of your hair. That's DNA. Or maybe they get fingernail clippings, shedding of skin, anything. But yeah, this is DNA, and they can put that in a spell or a ritual. They can make a voodoo doll. They can put shit in your lawn without you knowing, cursing them. And if people don't think that shit's real, there's people who went into some of those Egyptian tombs, and it was cursed by Egyptian black magic. There was terrible things happening to people who were part of that. You guys can learn about that. It's like a real thing. It happened. So, and that would have been a spell casted what? Several thousand years before. They use all kinds of, these attacking type of spells, but also some protection spells. To protect the mummy, to protect the treasure, to protect the king or whoever's in there. And usually it's their belongings that are in there, and their gold and treasure. Shit. No one gets to use the treasure. That makes a lot of sense. It's in the ground because the glorified pharaoh or king or queen or whatever has to be wealthy around its dead body for some reason. I'm sure there's something about the Book of the Dead or all this stuff that it's all ceremonial and symbolic and powerful, I guess. I'm not it shit. But yeah, you guys, it's been a good evening. It's been lovely. I'm so happy to have you with me tonight. I'm gonna finish this up though. I'm gonna wrap it up, as they say. What's going on? You're a blessing to me. I kiss you on the mouth, baby. What's up? Yeah. Unless you don't want me to, of course. We doing this. And we're thriving together. We getting those resources together, man. We're all profiting. We're all benefiting. We're doing it. Bless you from the Guardian Alliance. Bless you from the teachings, the freedom teachings. Empower yourself. Come alive, baby. Shine your light. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with the world and others. Love. That's a big, big, big part, baby. Find love. Express and communicate with love. Yeah. Blessings to your life, to your health, to your spirit, to your spiritual journey. Yeah. You got this. You're never alone. There's always some beings, extraterrestrial beings, spiritual beings, meta-terrestrials, ultra-terrestrials. There's some beings around you. You're not alone. You think you're all private in the shower? Nope. Sorry, ladies. Guys. Higher beings in higher worlds can spy on me? What the F? No, they have X-ray vision. They can see through your underwear, okay? Well, they're perverts. I don't care what dimension they're from. Sickos. Give people their privacy. What's up? You just have lust. Well, she's hot. She's beautiful. He's sexy. You know, girls can talk about guys in that way too. Oh, yeah. I liked his ass. He's got a nice chest. You know, girls like a nice fit guy too. They like to rub their hands around your body, but not when you're not fit. Ugh, they don't want to touch that body. What? Well, there is a thing called, attraction. You got to be attracted to the other person. You know, that's all I'm saying. Some people just, and you don't have to get offended if the person's not attracted to you. You're saying, I'm just going to dress pretty and sexy or something. What? You don't get it. They're not respecting other people's tastes, right? You have to accept me. You're taking me, if you like it or not. You're mine. I own you. What? Get the F away from me. No, you don't. Excuse me? Thank you for the hearts. Somebody's nice and friendly and kind and passionate in bed. What? I didn't mean that last part, but I'm just guessing. Are you? Like they're gonna reveal themselves, right? Yes, I am. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you too? Which one is it? Come on. We're just having fun. Are you? I hope you are. We're gonna be in a tryout. What the hell you say? Triathlon? It's like a sport event, but three, I don't know what the shit. 3 levels or 3 something. Triathlete, something like that. And it's like, you gotta be in great shape for that, man. Big time. We're just cruising. it's some level 1 avatars or indigo children. And these both were level 1 avatars. Come on, dude. What the F? What's up? I suspect her husband, her ex-husband now. She's already changed her name, right? As far as I know, she's still alive. If you guys watch the Twitter account, because she has a Twitter account, and they post stuff on there when she comes up, talking about the next time she's coming online. So obviously she's still alive. When they still have some type of online, she'll do a live online somewhere. I don't know where I don't follow that right now, but if you guys are interested, go to her site and find out about it. She's alive. She's still teaching, but only to her audience that pays for that, you know. Chua. You know, you can earn money when you're teaching spiritual stuff. It's funny because some people believe you're not supposed to do that. Why? I mean, the person gives their life to a cause just like you do. You know, you spent as many hours as someone else did in their activities. So, but some people, it's about control or profit. McCoy, yeah. Other times it's like, wow, the real deal, right? I love you guys. You're beautiful. Ooh la la, you're sexy. Yeah. So, yeah. It's weird how you get older. Like, when you're young, you're just horny as F, right? You just want to F all the time. And even one night stands is okay with you. You know, your standard is weird, effed up, right? We're so disgusting when we're young, you know, full of sperm, full of cum, young and dumb and full of cum. Yeah. Girls horny, guys horny, people just effing each other. And they'll cheat on each other. It's like all freaking effed up shit, man. Sick shit. What? Moko, yeah. I know. Blessing to you. We just go on a awakening, man. We just like activate ourselves. We go through some changes, Holmes. It's kind of like, you know, you don't have to be high like this, but what I'm saying is you do go through some mental, like you can tell when the energy's inside your body, inside your brain, you can tell, you can feel it moving. It's not a joke. So when you know that, you guys, that we're spiritual beings ourselves, but because of the way the reality, it's such a perfect, beautiful model, but it's all energy. But we see these beautiful things as solid worlds or something, and it's just that when you're inside the illusion, it has the, you know, believability. You believe in the illusion. You don't know that it's fake anymore. You lost memory of that part that's being projected. Now you think it's just happening to you. Now reality is just happening to you, instead of you being mindful and aware that I am this multiple dimensional being. I'm in many places at once. There is no space-time. There is no past or future. There is only now. and you can shift in the now with that awareness. You're a powerful being, because not all beings are in the awareness, in the now, in mindfulness. Many people are out here, and not to mention out here in the 3D world, just bonkers, right? Even taking energy drinks. Check how many of your friends and family are taking energy drinks. You know how damaging that is to your aura, to your psychic potential. And people are just gulping that shit down. A lot of people have holes in their aura. They're bleeding out like their energies. No wonder they're getting sick and diseases and distortions in their consciousness. No wonder our lifetimes are like this. 80 years, if we're lucky, 100. Damn. My grandma lived to be 96. My latest grandma. That's a century, man. That's crazy. And then there's 20-year-olds walking around you. You know, generations of stories, and maybe you don't remember jack shit though. Maybe your memory sucks by the time you're 100. Maybe for 30 years your memory sucks. I know, it takes me forever to say goodbye, right? Oh, may she rest in peace. Thank you, Christos Avatar. Or thank you, Matt Rambo. Blessing. I love you guys. I don't say goodbye. The Great Awakening. It's 10:25. I gotta go, guys. I love you. Peace to you, homies. We did 3 in a row. I think I want to break though tomorrow. I want to take Friday off, but I'll be back for the Saturday scheduled show. I love you guys. Thank you. If you guys want to support Christos Avatar, don't forget to go to the PayPal link or do a super chat. Hi. Or you can buy one of my artworks or crystals. Peace to you guys. The links are below. I'll put all the links below. Even my email and my phone number. Hi. Give me a call. We gotta go. Oh, homies. Leave some nice vibes. Leave some cool energies. Cool comments on my videos. Why don't you join? Become a member. Hi, member. Christos Avatar member. There's so many of you online tonight. Look at you. I'm gonna hug you. Good night, you guys. Have a good night. And sweet dreams. Have lucid dreams. Hope you remember your past lives and future lives. I hope you find your twin flame. And I hope that you are going to become awakened and ascend with all the other starseeds. Namaste, vatos. Yeah. Much grace. Much gratitude. Good night. Much you. Don't do too many naughty things on Halloween, guys. I'll talk to you before then, but you know. In live stream.